Be blessed by the divine. How to calm my restless mind using Kundalini meditation. A mother was asked a question by scientists to write down her thoughts. She had a newborn baby, so she sat down and wrote all her thoughts for about 5 minutes. Guess what? She had over 100 unique set of thoughts. Now that's a lot. Okay, that really means that she had probably written down a few hundred lines, or she has spoken about a few hundred lines, and she has spoken about 100 plus unique different ideas that were randomly going on in her head. And that's just probably not very surprising, if especially you have had a child at home and you have seen a mother, you have seen your wife, you have seen your sister go through what it takes to really grow up a child. Now, a mother indeed has multiple responsibilities. She has to take care of the baby, she has to take care of herself, she has to take care of the house, she has to take care of her husband, she has to take care of sometimes her mother-in-law, father-in-law, and perhaps a profession as well. Now, all of these are randomly going on in the mother's head. Now, obviously, a mother, when she has such an enormous set of thoughts going on rapidly in her head, she can really become restless in her head, and she wouldn't really know how to actually calm her mind and relax herself and go to bed. Now, that may be true of you, that may be true of me, that may be true of any of us, even though we may not have given birth to a child, that we may go through some restlessness in our mind at certain points of time in our life. Now, why do we become restless, and what can we do about it? Now, we become restless because we get into a habit. It's a simple question of falling prey to a habit that is triggering this restlessness in our mind. Now, once we get into that habit of becoming restless, of constantly thinking about something or the other all the time, then we become prey to this habit called as restlessness. So restlessness in 9 out of 10 cases is a mere question of habit. In some cases, of course, it could be due to some physiological reason or neurological reason, in which case you may need to go to a doctor and get treated on that. In a normal case, while most of us are quite normal and we may still go through some periods of restlessness, we need to understand why we become restless at the same time. Now, to do that, we need to use our own power of observation. Now, that is possible only when we calm our mind down to the alpha level of frequency between 8 and 13 cycles per second. Now, to do that, we need to learn a simple method of meditation called as the Simplified Kundalini Yoga meditation. Now, to do that, you have to reach out to a Sky Yoga master nearby who will then raise your Kundalini from the Muladhara chakra to Agna chakra, and then later, with the power of the eyes, migrate or move your Kundalini from the Agna chakra in between the eyebrows to the Sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra on top of the pineal gland. Once the Kundalini starts to function in a beautiful pulsating manner at the pineal gland, at the Sahasrara, Duriya, crown chakra, then your brain will begin to operate consistently at the alpha level of frequency between 9 and 13 cycles per second. Now, once it starts to operate at the alpha level of frequency, then you will certainly be able to start getting the power of observation of your own mental patterns. Now, once you get into that habit of forming or analyzing and observing these thoughts, you can then sit in silence. The external silence is only a ritual, and the internal silence is what you should be progressing towards, should be striving towards. Observe the power of the minds, observe the patterns of the thoughts, sit and write down what thoughts are coming at different points of time. Once you write down those thoughts and start to ask yourself, what is the origin of this thought? Where did this thought come from? Our Guru Sri Vedatri Maharishi often says that the thoughts could be from various origins. One, it could be need. I'm hungry, therefore I want to eat. I'm thirsty, therefore I want to drink, and so on and so forth. A need-based thought could be the origin. Second is an habit. Now we have done this same thing again and again at the same time for so long, therefore it becomes a habit in ourselves, and when the time is appropriate and the time is apt, the same thought comes to us again. So habit could be another reason. The third thing could be others' instigation. For instance, let us say that we are going to a shop and the shopkeeper is a great sales guy. He somehow pushes his sales onto us. Even though we don't need that product, we have plenty of it at home, we still end up buying the same thing and then get scolded by our wife. So that could be another reason for an origin of thought, others' instigation. The fourth thing is environmental condition. When a whole bunch of your friends are sitting together and let us say that they want to go for a movie and you end up also going to a movie, although you have no desire to actually watch the movie in the first stage. Now that could be environmental condition. The fifth one could be divinity. Divinity means that there is a volition from inside you. There is an internal motivation for you to do something for the world, something for the society, something for the world community, and all those good things that you wish to do for the world could be because of divinity. The last reason could be genetics. Yes, my mother was a teacher, and therefore teaching is a natural proposition for me, natural indulgence for me in my life, and the thought occurs to me that maybe I should teach is probably because my mother always wanted to teach and she continued to teach for the rest of her life. Now, these are the 6 reasons for origins of thoughts. Once you understand where the origin is, you will be able to better understand whether this thought in future, when it manifests into action, such as thought, word or deed, will it hurt us or others physically or mentally or now or in the future. When you ask these 6 different dimensions of the same question, will it hurt me or others now or in the future, physically or mentally, you will easily come to a conclusion that such a thought is perhaps not necessary if it is indeed going to hurt others. Now, by taking another step forward, you will be able to start choosing a thought pattern that could replace this harmful, hurtful, pain-giving thought. Use the power of auto-suggestion, keep your mind at the Sahasrara Chakra, remain at the alpha level of frequency, and superimpose the old thought pattern with the new thought pattern. By repeating this exercise again and again over a period of time, you will certainly be able to achieve 2 things. One, you will be able to stick together onto the same thought for a much longer time than before. That is important because once you start sticking on to one single thought, you will be able to analyze it much better. You will be able to analyze it much deeper than before. Second, you will have the power to calm your mind, to rest your mind, and to be able to eliminate the restlessness from your system forever. The starting point for this is to awaken your Kundalini and then learn the power of auto-suggestion, learn the power of superimposition with the beautiful habit of analysis of thought. Visit simplifiedkundaliniyoga.com and start your journey of consciousness today. Be blessed by the divine.